Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it. Catering vehicles are on their way. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Every time I close my eyes, I see your face. yourself to the unknown, the unknown. You are here to discover the deepest truth about yourself.
This is Geneva Information Delta at 1950. ILS approach runway 22. Transition level 80. Wind 210 degrees 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers, or more. Clouds, broken at 3,800 feet. Temperature 8, 2.4. QNH 1012. Nozick. Geneva Information Delta. This is Geneva Information Delta at 1950. ILS approach runway 22. Transition level 80. Wind 210 degrees 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers, or more. Clouds, broken at 3,800 feet. Temperature 8, 2.4. QNH 1012. Nozick. Geneva Information Delta. This is Geneva Information Delta at 1950. ILS approach runway 22. Transition level 80. Wind.
Delta Golf Echo, report ready for departure.
Now we go with Delta Golf Echo. Delta Golf Echo, holding bay Yankee 2 ready for departure.
Delta Golf Echo, behind the next landing at Portugal A320 on 1 mile final, line up and wait runway 22, inspection Yankee behind.
Behind the Portugal and line up runway 22 via Yankee behind Delta Golf Echo.
Portugal 3 uniform going around.
Portugal 3 uniform, roger. Portugal 3 uniform, fly runway, track, climb altitude to 7,000 feet, contact arrival 136.255, goodbye.
Climb the runway track, climb the flight to 7,000 feet and contact arrival 136.255 for Portugal 3 uniform.
Boarding requested. Passengers boarding starting.
Swiss 17 Alpha on block. Thank you for your service und viel Glück.
Swiss 17 Alpha, danke für die danke.
Morning. Receive all the cards, please. Thank you.
Just checking the tower, checking that I've got the right frequency and the right details before I go in there to speak. There's a few of them on, so I didn't want to just hit a free call and get it wrong. I think I got the right one. Get the packs on. Fuel's already done. Get the packs on. Get the cargo on, and we'll be good to go. I've started the tracker this time. That's working. 52 boarded out of 176.
Delta Golf Echo after departure, join the right hand circuit to runway 22, winds 2108 knots, runway 22, intersection Yankee, clear for takeoff.
After departure, join the right hand circuit, runway 22, runway 22, cleared for takeoff, Delta Golf Echo.
Get the old APU on, get some heat going on. It's busy, mega busy here at Geneva.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. Well, thank you. Ooh, what stand? Was that stand 32? 42. Stand 42. I can try and get clearance now.
Hi, morning. Welcome aboard.
Bonsoir, Geneva Tower, Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot.
Morning.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, Geneva Tower, hello, pass the message.
Good evening, sir. Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot with information Delta at stand 42. Request clearance to Pristina, please.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, confirm you want clearance to Pristina. I have a flight plan to Sofia for you.
I'll double check that now and resend. Apologies.
Delta Golf Echo, right and downwind, request touch and go.
Delta Golf Echo, roger, next report on final.
Next reporting final, Delta Golf Echo. Tower bonsoir, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, stand 9 with information Delta, request IFR clearance to Zurich.
So it's 5 Golf Whiskey, Geneva Tower, hello. For Zurich, I need an even flight level. Do you prefer 140 or 160?
We prefer 160, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
Hello.
So it's 5 Golf Whiskey, Roger, your flight plan is amended and confirmed with the copy clearance.
Well, that's not a good start.
Flight
I
plan
got them
amended, and
the
yes,
wrong
we
way,
already
but
copy for Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
the back,
So it's
back
5 Golf Whiskey, information Delta, current runway 22, cleared Zurich, Molus 4 Alpha departure, initial climb flight level 90, squawk 1000.
Thank you.
Clear Zurich, runway 22, Molus 4 Alpha departure, climb flight level 90, squawk 1000, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
So it's 5 Golf Whiskey, read back correct. Delta Golf Echo, next report downwind, winds 2108 knots, runway 22, clear touch and go.
Thank you.
Runway 22, clear touch and go, next report, right and downwind, Delta Golf Echo.
Lego Tower, Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, flight plan resent with the correct details, hopefully.
Easy 19 Papa Fox, confirm you want to fly to Sofia now, I still have a flight plan to Sofia for you.
Negative, I should have swapped back for Pristina, I'll double check.
And Easy 19 Papa Fox, just as a tip, maybe you have to reconnect so it resets the system.
Fantastic, thanks for that. I normally just click the go on VPilot, so yeah, thank you for the tip.
Morning.
Just having a bit of problem with the flight plan. They've changed how you submit the flight plan, so I've got to do it the old way, the old-fashioned way. But I've changed it, updated it, but he's not getting it. So EKPR, Pristina. Right, that said it filed okay. I'll reconnect to that soon and let's see.
Golf Echo, at the end of the right-hand downwind, make a left-hand orbit until advised.
At the end of right-hand downwind, perform left-hand orbits until advised. Delta Golf Echo.
It's worked, you got it. That is good. Bonus.
And Delta Golf Echo, traffic information, there is no Portugal A320 on 6 miles final or runway 22 for a visual approach.
Looking out, Delta Golf Echo.
A tower, sorry, Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot back with you. Request clearance to Pristina.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, Geneva Tower, hello again, stand by for clearance, you are number 1.
Am I?
Geneva Tower, Portugal 3 uniform, on the visual approach, runway 22.
Portugal 32, Geneva Tower, hello, traffic information, there is a double engine piston orbiting left hand at the end of right hand downwind, indicating 2,700 feet, 110 knots, winds 210 is 13 knots, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22, Portugal 3 uniform.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
Delta Golf Echo, and Portugal is not inside.
Delta Golf Echo, roger, continue left-hand orbit.
Continuing left-hand orbits, Delta Golf Echo.
And Delta Golf Echo, updated traffic mission, traffic is now on 2 miles final, runway 22.
Looking out, Delta Golf Echo, thank you.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, your clearance is now ready, advise ready to copy.
Ready to copy, Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, information Echo current, runway 22, aircraft to Pristina by the Madam 5 Bravo departure, initial climb flight level 90, squawk 6734.
Information Echo present, clear to runway, departure 22 on the Meda 5 Charlie departure, initial climb 9,000 feet and squawk 6734.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, negative, it's the Madam 5 Bravo departure, and the initial climb is flight level 90, so above the transition altitude.
Meda 5 Bravo departure and flight level 90, Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, read back correct, your startup is approved, CNH 1012.
Start up approved and 1012 for Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot. Right, departure, gotta change that.
Tower, wunderschönen guten Abend, Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie, stand 1 information Echo, request I for clearance to Zurich is filed.
So 69 Kilo Charlie, Geneva Tower, hello, stand by, number 1 for clearance.
Meda 5 Bravo, 5 Bravo, insert.
Delta Golf Echo, join base and final runway 22.
Joining base in final, runway 22, Delta Golf Echo, thanks.
Performance. Sync, sync, sync. Send to MCDU.
Portugal 33 uniform, welcome to Geneva, taxi stand 5 via outer and link 2.
Taxi stand 5 via outer and link to Portugal 3 uniform.
Delta Golf Echo, next report on downwind, winds 210 is 13 knots, runway 22, clear touch and go.
Next report right in downwind, runway 22, clear touch and go, Delta Golf Echo.
And Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie, your clearance is now ready, advise ready to copy.
Cool.
Radio copy, Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie.
Swiss 690 Kilo Charlie, information Echo Current, runway 22, you're clear to Zurich by the Molus 4 Alpha departure. Initial climb flight level 90, squawk 1 test.
Information Echo Current, runway 22, clear to Zurich via the Molus 4 Alpha departure. Initial climb flight level 90, squawk 1000, Swiss 690 Kilo Charlie.
Swiss 690 Kilo Charlie, read back correct.
Getaway's going. I don't know what happens here when we go straight ahead or... Oh, I should know. I should have checked. Parking stands. Let's have a look, see if we can find the parking stands. 45.
Swiss 59 Golf Whiskey, request push and start.
Swiss 590 Golf Whiskey, push and start approved, face northeast, KNH 1012.
KNH 1012, push and start approved, facing northeast, Swiss 59 Golf Whiskey.
So we should be able to go straight ahead and left, maybe.
Prodigal 3 uniform on block, vielen Dank für den Service und einen schönen Abend.
Prodigal 3 Uniform, danke für die schönen Abend.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
QNH stats. Seatbelts are on. That can go off. That can go. One down 0.2 for flaps.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
2 then 1. We got there.
Locking gear.
It was a little bit all over the place, but we got there.
Delta Golf Echo, right in downwind, request touch and go.
Delta Golf Echo, roger, next report on final.
Next report final, Delta Golf Echo.
Check the other load sheet.
Landing final runway 22, Delta Golf Echo.
Delta Golf Echo, winds 210 is 13 knots, runway 22, clear touch and go.
Runway 22, clear touch and go, Delta Golf Echo.
Let's get the taxi chart ready.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, request taxi.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, are you able intersection Bravo for departure?
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, from Berryport, section Bravo.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, Roger, takes holding point runway 22, intersection Bravo via inner link 5 and Alpha.
Inner link 5 Alpha, holding point Bravo, runway 22, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
And all stations, Geneva Tower is now, actually, 2 seconds. All stations, controller change in progress, tower will be in around 2 minutes.
Right, we've got 2 minutes to work this out. What do they do at stand 45? Stand 45 LSGG.
Delta Golf Echo, right and downwind, request touch and go.
Delta Golf Echo, Roger, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear for touch and go.
Runway 22, clear touch and go, Delta Golf Echo, thanks.
Later, easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, request taxi please.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, taxi holding point runway 22 via inner, link 5 and Alpha.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 via inner, link 5 and Alpha, easy 19 Papa Foxtrot. Down 0.2.
Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie, stand 1, request push.
Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie, pushes are approved, face northeast QNH 1012.
Services.
Facing northeast unit 1012, Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, intersection Bravo, go ready for departure.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, Roger, traffic information, Beechcraft 58. Correction, yeah, Beechcraft Hawker, Beechcraft Corp on final runway 22, report inside.
and brace position that you
Traffic
must
inside,
adopt.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
Brace, brace.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, roger behind mentioned traffic, line up runway 22 intersection Bravo and wait.
And 2 at the front of the cabin.
I mentioned traffic, line up and wait on way 2 to intersection Bravo and wait, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
Your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting
Having a
attention.
right nightmare.
We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
Target wish to go.
A pleasant flight.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22, clear for takeoff, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey.
Engines to request ground services.
Why can't we get rid of the tug? Disconnect tug.
Geneva Tower, hello, top position 070, established the runway 22 approach.
I need to restart.
Top Swiss 070, Geneva Tower, low, continue approach.
Sorry, can you repeat for top position 070?
Top Swiss 070, continue approach,
Stop
number 1.
engines to request ground services.
Roger, continue approach number 1.
Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, no further ATC, monitor Unicorn, bye bye.
Ja, dat kan want we doen dus. Mike, Swiss 5 Golf Whiskey, schönen Abend, ciao. Tschüss.
Rega 18. So,
Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie, ready taxi.
Swiss 600 Kilo Charlie, taxi to holding point runway 22 via inner, link 5 and alpha.
Holding point 22 via inner, link 5 and alpha, Swiss 69 Kilo Charlie.
Delta Golf Echo, report intentions.
Delta Golf Echo, request landing.
Well, I'm at a loss.
Delta Golf Echo, roger, orbit at the end of downwind left, we'll call you back.
At the end of right in downwind, orbit left until advised, Delta Golf Echo.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, taxi clearance cancelled, report ready for taxi.
Wilco, EC19 Papa Foxtrot, sorry.
No problem.
Rega 18, Geneva Tower, good evening.
Reg 18, Geneva Tower low, standby short, first, top is 9070, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22 for top position 070.
Reg 18, Geneva Tower.
Rega 18, requesting air taxi for runway 22, leaving zone via 0. Echo information, Echo on board.
Rega 18, report aircraft type.
Rega 18, helicopter, Hotel 145.
Rega 18, roger, information, echo current, QNH 1012, air taxi to holding bay Yankee 2 via Whiskey, Zulu and Yankee, report ready for departure.
Air taxi approved for Yankee 2, QNH 1012, report ready for departure, Rega 18.
shut down recycling, give it another go.
Delta Golf Echo, traffic information, tops with Airbus 320 on 3 miles final, runway 22 indicating 2,400 feet, report inside.
Looking out, Delta Golf Echo.
Tops with 9070, traffic information, Beechcraft Baron 58 on your 1 o'clock, indicating 2,500 feet, orbiting left.
Roger, traffic inside, top position number 070.
Yeah, it's a good job we're not in a rush. Right, now please go.
Traffic inside, Delta Golf Echo.
Delta Golf Echo, roger, join base and final, runway 22, guide mentioned traffic, caution by turbulence.
Behind mentioned traffic, join base and final, runway 22, behind Delta Golf Echo.
Regular 8, approaching Yankee 2, ready for departure.
Exiting
Regular 8.
Release parking brakes, please.
Oh, thank you. Crikey. Just stop.
Tops with 9070, welcome to Geneva, taxi to gate 5 via outer and link 2.
Oh my god, stop this.
Sorry, can you repeat the taxiway after outer?
It's gate 5 via outer and link 2.
Taxi to gate 5 via outer and link 2 for top position 9070.
Delta Golf Echo, final runway 22.
Delta Golf Echo, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear to land, vacate via Zulu, please.
Runway 22, clear to land, vacate via Zulu, Delta Golf Echo.
Right, have we actually stopped now? Right, come on. Time to catch up. On, lights are on. It's been a worst start to a flight for ages.
Riga 18, line up runway 22 and wait by holding by Yankee 2.
Line up and wait to runway 22 via Yankee 2, regular 8.
Delta Golf Echo vacated via Zulu.
Delta Golf Echo, that's a little bit on the grass, but no problem. Welcome to Geneva, taxi to General Aviation via Zulu.
Taxi General Aviation via Zulu, Delta Golf Echo, thanks.
So 600 Kilo Charlie, line up on the 22 and wait.
Line up on the 22 and wait, 690 Kilo Charlie.
Riga 18, leave control zone via route Sierra Echo, next report Sierra Echo, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear for takeoff.
Leaving via Sierra Echo, next report Sierra Echo, runway 22, clear for takeoff, Riga 18.
Keeping an eye on the temps on the engines because I just had them running. I think that's why I got the fault on engine 2.
So 600 Kilo Charlie, wind 210 degrees, 13 knots, runway 22, clear for takeoff, traffic, Riga, Eurocopter 45, leaving control zone southbound.
Clear for takeoff, Swiss 690 Kilo Charlie, looking out for the traffic.
Right, if this tug's still connected now, I'm gonna call it a night, I think. Let's just see.
Riga 18, Sierra Echo.
Yes.
Riga 18, leaving my airspace, frequency change approved, bye bye, cheers.
Frequency change approved, see you very soon, Riga 18.
See ya.
Good evening again, Tower Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, tug removed and request taxi again, please.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, are you able for departure from intersection Bravo?
AFM, yet no problem at all.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, roger, taxi to holding point runway 22, intersection Bravo via inner, link 5 and Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Bravo for runway 22 via inner, link 5 and Alpha. Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot.
So 690 Kilo Charlie, no further ATC, monitor Unicom, bye bye.
Unicom, vielen Dank für den Service, Swiss 690 Kilo Charlie, tschüss.
Ciao.
Inner, link 5 to Bravo.
South Swiss 9070 switching off, thank you for the ATC service, bye bye.
Swiss 9070, thanks for flying, see ya, bye bye.
Delta Golf Echo on box, thanks for the ATC.
Delta Golf Echo, thanks for flying, cheers, René.
Let's get out of here. It's only taken an hour. Brakes are good. inner link 5 to Bravo for 22. AP is coming off. It's very nice here. Clear left, clear right, and then we're looking for Bravo. What a palaver.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot near QNH 1013, and I have a recurrence for you, so report everything to copy.
Sorry, is that 1012 for QNH?
Active 1013, and I have a recurrence for you.
1013 and ready to copy.
Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, clear Pristina via Madam 5 Alpha departure, rest of clearance unchanged.
Clear to Pristina on the Meda 5 Alpha departure and rest unchanged. Easy 19 Papa Foxtrot.
Easy 19 Papa Fox, read back correct, wind 210 degrees, 11 knots, runway 22 intersection Bravo, cliff takeoff.
Cliff takeoff runway 22, easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, thank you. Right, I need to change the flight plan. Okay. Right, so a cliff takeoff, we're good to go. Cabin cool, take off okay, I'll put the wind speeds on afterwards. Pack off, pack off. Make some time up. I think that's why he did it, he felt sorry for us. 13, 13. That's how long I've taken, all the weather's changed. Right, here we go, friends. Squawk Charlie. TARA on, that's on. I'll treat the engines a bit nice because I was a bit nasty to them when I shut them down and started them up too quickly. Positive climb, you're up. We are heavy, heavier than I thought.
Easy 19 Papa Fox, no further ATC, moderate Unicom, bye-bye.
Unicom, and thank you to the team for everything. Thank you.
Thanks for flying.
Rega 18, Geneva hello again.
Rega 18, Geneva hello.
Rega 18, over Animas, requesting entry inbound for landing by route Sierra.
Rega 18, Roger, information Foxtrot current, KNH 1013, enter control zone by route Sierra. Telegram 22.
Information Foxtrot entry Sierra route Sierra and wait to KNH 1013, Rega 18.
Super 74, sleep at 740 Geneva hello, continue approach.
Continue 740.
Right, what's the temperature for these clouds? It's 8. No ATC, so we'll climb straight to 35. Oh, my dog's here.
Rega 18, Sierra Echo 2000.
Rega 180 would like to land at the runway or at the Rega base?
Rega 18, as you prefer.
Rega 18, Roger. In that case, at the Rega base would I prefer, so hold over Golf Echo please for now.
Hold over Golf Echo, Oregon 8.
Seabird 7420, wind 210 degrees, 1 knots, runway 22, clear to land. Vega 18, cross runway, access minimum altitude 3000 feet or above. After crossing, join final for the Riga base.
Riga 18, crossing runway access maximum 3000 feet after crossing direction Riga base.
Seabird 742 Zebra, traffic information Riga, Eurocopter 45, crossing runway access at minimum 3000 feet or higher.
Where's the good traffic symbol to share?
Riga 18, traffic information, speedbird Airbus A320 Neo on 4 miles final, runway 22 indicating 2600 feet.
Looking outside Riga 18.
Looking nice now. Now it's like a little bit more chilled.
Riga 18, confirm maximum 3000 feet.
So looking
Negative 3000 feet or higher.
Roger, 3000 feet or higher, Riga 18.
Ladies and gentlemen,
straight over the Alps. We'd just be south of Turin,
we recommend that you keep your seatbelt
Testo in the north of Italy, crossing over the north of Italy and then across to
at each end of
the Baltics.
Remember that smoking is
Should be a really nice route.
at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept
And Riga 18, we have traffic inside.
most major currencies.
General Grazie! Oh, 07, sir.
Greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance,
I'm better now you're
just
here.
ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
How have you been, good sir? Really hope you're well. All this time and I can't think of anything exciting that's happened to me really. Yeah, loving the V2. It's like a fresh new plane. I thought I'd refresh myself with a couple of EasyJet flights, but I'd balls the start up tonight. I'd love to do like a couple of Scandinavian flights and yeah, it's
Riga
really
18,
nice.
final Riga 18.
Riga 18, land Riga base zone discretion, wind 210 degrees, 1 knots, report on ground.
Landing Riga 18 on discretion of your Riga 18.
You just like tweaked everything and just made it a little bit nicer, haven't they? It's really good.
Speedbird 7420, welcome to Geneva, contact April 121.855, bye-bye.
April 120, thank you.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else, General? I've not really done anything. I've got like a new computer, so I need to put DCS back on, but with my internet speed it's going to take 3 full days. I didn't realise how big that thing was. So I might try and plan it when I'm at work next week, just to have 3 full days of downloading it. 122 decimal 8.
Oregon 8 on ground.
Oregon 18, frequency change approved into flying field.
Thanks for confirming. See you in Dublin at the Oregon 8.
Cruise time. 600 miles to go. No, the same, General. I jumped on Enshrouded a fair bit, just with my dad. It's good fun jumping on with my dad. Again, because of my internet speeds, I was playing a little bit of Call of Duty, but the updates were killing me, like 45 gig every time. So I gave up with that. I'm so boring. All those games out there, and I just literally flight sim and maybe one other thing. I don't get out much. Yeah, it does. I didn't realise I was missing any of these bits. I thought V1 was okay. So you see what they've done with this, and you're like, oh my god, yeah. We're off to Pristina tonight. I picked up the Pristina scenery for £10 or something on Orbex. I thought I've not been over that way much, so. Go for something a little bit different. Sven, I'm going to go and get a drink. Would you like anything? I'll bring it on through. Right, I've got 2 minutes max. Oh, a nice one. Yeah, you'll love it. It feels a lot smoother. The last one was like, I don't know, a bit twitchy. I think I've only done 2 or 3 flights, but it feels a lot smoother. I got you the tomato juice, it's down the back. Cockpit sounds really loud. I don't wonder if I need to change the volume. Weather is epic. It's proper crap here in the UK, but this is lovely. Look at that. Where are we? That's Turin down there. Kind of smashed the landing. There's something wrong. I was watching Edward, the pilot, and he was saying there's something wrong with flaps 3. So no matter what you do, coming in on flaps 3, something at like 200 feet above the ground, it will just smash it down to the ground. So he's having to fly full flaps now to stop that. But I think they're going to fix it in a hot fix. So it might not be you. It might be the bug. Turin. Oh. God damn. To the train station. Yeah, I reckon it. Chance I will be. Not at all. We're professional pilots, Ben. Blame the machine. I can't remember if this was so good or if they've improved this as well. Like, you know, on the engine, you can just see like all the bends in the metal. I don't know if that's new or not, but I've never noticed it before. Like where the rivets are and just the bends in the soft metal. It looks amazing, just like it does. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy. It's proper nice to just chill out to. Where's Turin on again? That wasn't nice. So honestly, same as I bought the was it the A300 or the A310? The Innie builds one. But I've not really got into it. I thought, oh brilliant, I'll get this and do some long haul cargo, but I just haven't. I know everyone's waiting for the 777 from PMDG. Oh yeah. I've not done that since FSX, a long haul, because nothing's ever been stable enough. So I'm really looking forward to that. stick it on at night, go like do a couple of hours before bed and a long haul, I don't know, South America or something. Yeah, I don't think we're far away, hopefully. Proper big smelly 777. Great, wouldn't it? I've not even been. I've been so boring. I've not even flown like New Zealand or Australia or even anywhere down that way. I've only done a couple in the States. There's so many more places to go. We'll have to link up, Sven, and do some routes or something. I've been watching. Is it Cockpit? It's not Cockpit Confidential. Cockpit. I don't know, a series anyway of these couple of ferry pilots, and they do flights all over the place. It's amazing. I'll see if I can find it in a second. All these long haul flights linking up with each other to try and get the planes back and ferry them across the world. I'll never need to leave the house again. Yeah, A-firm Sven, I'm on Volante. Should be just, looking at the map, coming up on Testo, southeast of Turin. Just crossed the Alps. It's going to be a nice leg, turning left across Italy. Love it. I've forgotten how everything works. Read the instructions in flight, it'll be fine. Do it by feel. That's why I do it everything. Just wing it. That's why I got no kills in DCS. I was just happy to take off and land. I think that would take me a good 6 months solid probably to, or maybe 3 months or something to learn. I can't believe I used to fly the F-18. I can barely do this. I remembered when I just used to have like a week off, or maybe a week and a half of not flying it, and it'd be so difficult getting back into it. I'd love to do it, but it's good. Man, it's some big commitment. Tornado, oh my gosh. Tornado, F4. Someone mentioned the F4 the other night. That was super hype, I didn't realise the tornado was coming out. Yeah, I might have to put the hours in for that. I caught them, I was at Lossiemouth before they finished service. So I just caught them for the last 6 months that they were flying, but I didn't realise at the time how special they were. Like, I know they're still flying in other countries, but I wish I'd made more and gone to see them more. I've got a great video, I need to find it, of them taking off. Didn't realise it at the time. Now we've got boring typhoons. Where are the big smelly tornadoes?
Hey, this is Dexon. This is my new tune, The State of Trance.
I love the little wing flex. It's not much, just like it really would be, just a little tiny wing flex. God damn. Yeah, that's two amazing aircraft. I don't think I've ever heard a Phantom in real life. I don't think so. They look like they should be insanely loud. I've seen one, but I've never seen one flying. Loud and dirty, flipping brilliant. Oh, flipping heck. Well, that's insane. I mean, stuff's great now, like technology-wise, it's amazing, but it's not smelly and noisy. I'm so sad. I even watch videos of like the old airliner engine, like the JT8Ds and stuff, when they start up and fly out with all the soot coming out of them. Brilliant. None of this high bypass crap. Tweak the views a little bit. I'll do that after when I land. Have you noticed how the sounds change now, Sven? Like when you're walking through, when the PA is going off, or even the engines? Well, it's got like all fully 3D sounds. You walk down the cockpit. I didn't know they did it, and I did exactly this, and I was like, whoa, sounds completely amazing. I didn't know it did that. I knew it did that. How do I get the seat out? not doing real time. I'd set off like early morning. I'd done it the reverse. I thought I'd never get to do early morning flights. Yeah, what the hell? I'm missing something here. I need to do it. I need to do something, don't I? There's something else I need to press. What is it? Come on. Oh. I'm sure that used to go all the way. Anyway. Left my my glove here from last time. Glad it's still there. What are we doing anyway? Right, we're 245 miles in. Ground speed of 456, we've got 443 to go. Nice fruity tailwind after this little right turn, I think. That's me testing out multi-stream. Let's see if that works. Right, cockpit casual. These guys are so good.
Guys were going insane. I mean, to the point where they would spend 2 to 3 weeks in a hotel room without being able to leave, coming out and saying, I'm never going to do that again.
Make sure I can still see ATC.
So the way to solve that was we started doing wing-to-wing transfers. Like we'd fly an airplane into China, crew would get off that airplane, immediately get on a chartered jet that was sitting there waiting for them, fly them out to a country like Cambodia, Philippines. So those charter rates, I think started out around maybe $20,000-$25,000.
Yeah, for like an hour flight, for like an hour each way.
Yeah, it was crazy. We thought that was crazy money, but then they started getting up into like $70,000-$75,000. At that point, we're going, wow, we could own our own airplane for what we're paying for these charter flights. And then we went, why don't we just own our own airplane?
Ready to go flying?
Yeah, I guess.
Something different.
Yeah, definitely something different, man. Yeah, we've owned this thing for a year and we're finally getting around to flying it.
Well, I've flown it once in a year. Hopefully we'll fly it a lot more in the next year.
Yeah.
Remember, the first thing we looked at was like turboprops and citations. I already had the citation type. Obviously efficiency was the most important thing. And then we found out that China has like a Part 91 weight requirement. So like the airplane, it couldn't just be like a 12.5 jet. It had to be, I don't remember the exact number. I think it was 18,000 pounds.
The low rider.
I like the low rider.
I know, everybody says it's ugly.
I don't think so. It does look like a piece of construction equipment. Like a backhoe loader. The shovel on it.
This is a blue collar jet.
We set our sights on a west wind, and we started looking for one, and you know, we went and looked at, I don't know, three or four.
I know, man. It's kind of dirty everywhere. It's got like a cockpit door. I kind of like that. Bye. I'm gonna. Yeah. Uh-oh.
We've got a friend in Dallas that, you know, he's kind of the West Wind guru, and he knows where everything is for sale, and so he put us in touch with somebody, and we ended up making a deal on that airplane.
Not a bad little machine.
Yeah, it was at the end of last year. It was like this time last year. Actually, right, almost exactly this time last year, because we basically needed to get it closed by the end of the year for tax purposes, and so we were scrambling right at the end of November to select an aircraft, inspect the aircraft, put an offer down, set up escrow. Like, I mean, the whole process. I mean, all things considered, buying an airplane is a pretty complicated endeavor. And we got it done in like maybe 3 weeks, start to finish, I think.
As soon as we closed on the airplane, ready to go do what our plans were, China ended their zero COVID policy and opened up everything.
So now we have an old retro airplane.
It's kind of like a DC-9, really.
I mean, it really is. It definitely gives me flashbacks to DC-9.
Yeah.
So how much do you spend on lunch a day? 10 to 20 quid?
20, 30. On a bad day.
20 quid maybe? £9.
Our Israeli-built IA-1124A West Wind 2 rolled off the assembly line in 1986 and was one of the last 5 built before the model was discontinued in favor of the Astra. The rugged and reliable jet is a real workhorse with a non-stop range of over 2,000 nautical miles, speeds on par with any modern airliner, and a service ceiling of 45,000 feet. Dollar for dollar, there's really nothing else out there with the same level of capability and cost efficiency. There's exactly one West Wind simulator left in the world, so the training options are very limited. We do all the initial and recurrent type training on the actual aircraft, and our plan for the week was to train for a few days, then be signed off with type ratings after a check ride with an FAA-designated vintage type examiner.
This is your audio-visual wipers,
It looks proper rugged.
AC and avionics power.
Yep.
You got engine, fuel system is all here. And then basically this, you got heats and your master and generators,
Proper
right?
chunky landing
So
gear.
it is somewhat compartmentalized, but not real tidy. All your circuit breakers are all compartmentalized as well, right? It's electrical, power plant, instruments, power plant.
We spent a few weeks reading through the systems and training manuals beforehand, but there's no substitute for hands-on training. These days, the bulk of my flying is in Boeing and Airbus types, but flying this thing really brought Bob and I back to our roots in the DC-9 and MD-80, and we both love that about it.
There's not many of them. I think there's only 10 or 11.
So talk me through a start. Yep. So master on.
Yep.
Put
avionics stay off for now until everything's started. Okay.
Well, you can put your AC on, because if you don't put AC on, you won't see your oil pressure.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we'll put some AC on.
Yep.
and go ahead and alternate on your boost pump.
Great.
Hit the start, push it, hold it for 2 seconds. It's good. And then at 10, 12, and I can introduce, so undo the lock. There you go. Pick it up and back. Good. And one like last time, I guess the engine was still that hot inside, yeah. So your oil pressure's coming up.
Yep.
ITT's you can hit 900 and a half.
Yep.
If you see it popping past 8, you better shut
Hey,
it.
I got kids. So good to see you guys there. Yeah, it took a while. My last
Obviously,
one died.
as ferry pilots, Bob and I bounce around between different airplane types
Took a
all
while
the
to save
time,
up
so
for the new
we're
bits.
inherently better prepared than most to absorb type-specific info with relative ease. That
I think I
said,
finally got
most
there.
modern Boeing and Airbus aircraft are very similar from an operational perspective, and getting into a vintage jet was definitely
doing,
more
good
of a
sir?
challenge at first than I had anticipated. But despite its complex
We're on our way
looking
to
and relatively
Pristina.
disorganized switch layout, I found the airplane to be somewhat logical,
getting ready
and
to
as the
take
training
off. I couldn't
days
get rid of
passed,
the tug.
the hunt and peck nature of the switch flipping became more of an organized flow as the plane started to feel like home.
Yeah, it was quite sad really, because I thought that other PC, my other one, had more legs in it.
No.
I mean, it was eight years old, so I couldn't really.
So I'm going to give you
I got it a new graphics card,
Get in
just
at
couldn't do
crash
anything.
check, and then you take the tops.
So I was hoping there was more in it, but then things started to not work and it was slowing down. So I bought some new bits for it, recycled it, and it's now my daughter's gaming computer, which is really good for her games and everything. And then got these new bits for this one, so I can do my boring flight sim. The things we do for flight sim. One second.
I just received a marketing plan from a freelancer on Fiverr. It's great. And the way I'll present it, will really take it to the next level. Check it out. Skills.
We're developing an app with a freelancer and it's excellent. It's probably my feedback that made it so good.
And do you know who came up with the idea to use Fiverr? Liam. And who hired Liam? Me. Just to be clear.
LinkedIn is the place to be. Start advertising on the highest returning paid social platform.
I'm back, sorry. I just woke my son up.
I love this thing.
Oh, me too, man. This is a cool ass jet.
Yeah, new one, crikey.
It's the low rider, but I mean, look at this thing. This thing is so comfortable back here. It flies awesome. It's got so much power.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to think
videotape
what
this
they're gonna-
takeoff.
they're gonna change.
It's unfortunate that we can't get that feeling of being pushed
Great
back.
thing I've seen,
Yeah.
so I can't think of much
But
else.
this thing pushes you back in the seat. I mean,
Again, if you sit there and hold the camera. No, it's got tons of power, especially light. We only have like what,
Well,
like
you can
I
actually
think
let
we
you
have
be
about
flying much,
1,500 pounds of fuel right
because-
now, so not a ton. I'll get Maz's takeoff.
I've still got to
and then
put
I'm
some
gonna come
hours in
back.
on
I
the
want to see
jet that I
what
bought.
it's like here.
Yeah.
I get that though. When it just didn't, when it stopped working, I was like, I'm
Is it
trying to tweak
expensive
the
here?
sim so much, I'm not getting it to work or run
For
smooth.
Roswell, for when we go do this Roswell ferry,
No excuse
you
now.
and I should, me and you, assuming we're done, should ride up front together
Let
so
me
we
know if
get
the
used
sounds
to
are
that
off, I'll
with,
change it in the sounds.
with him on the airplane.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah. Have a babysitter.
We definitely need a babysitter, man.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get used to it real quick. It's just, it's not a Boeing, it's not an Airbus. It's something totally different.
It's a Jew canoe. Can I say that? I'm
Oh,
Jewish.
fine.
I can say that.
You can say it. But yeah, this airplane
341 to
definitely
go to Pristina.
supports Israel.
Alright, let me go video this takeoff.
Over the course of a few days, Bob, myself, and our friend Maz took turns in the seat learning the aircraft and practicing for our type rides. The weather cooperated the entire time, and we didn't have to venture far from the Dallas Metroplex running between Lancaster, Redbird, and North Dallas repeatedly. The time flew by, but we spent so much time in the airplane that all of us really started feeling comfortable quickly. Because the aircraft spent so much time sitting in the hangar over the past year, we also had concerns that a maintenance issue could surface, throwing a wrench in the plan, but it never did. Nomadic 1 held together perfectly despite the beating we put on it that week, and that did a lot for our confidence in our decision to buy it in the first place. When we came down to Dallas to do this training, we packed for about 2 weeks, knowing that there was a strong possibility we'd end up having to leave right from there to go ferry a big jet, but really had no idea where or when we'd need to leave. Originally, I anticipated having to roll over to Tampa to take an A320 to Indonesia, and figured Bob may head to China to move a 757, but a couple days in, a completely different project green-lighted and required us to get to Roswell, New Mexico, to ferry an A320 to France. Just the type of mission that this jet can simplify, and now pressure was on to finish up so that we could fly ourselves to Roswell.
Really good to see you. Have a good evening. Hope you have a top day tomorrow as well.
We're out here at the Redbird Airport in Dallas, and just doing some training, just refueling now before we go back up. And just been doing some V1 cuts today, some instrument work.
I've left this one a bit late. If I didn't balls at the start, I couldn't get rid of the tow truck.
Training in any aircraft, be it the tiniest Cessna 152 or a Boeing 777, requires practicing things that take you way outside the normal envelope of point A to point B flying that we do in the real world. Full-motion flight simulators reduce the cost and safety risks associated with these maneuvers, but with no sim available, we do it all for real. Doing touch-and-goes in the pattern in an overpowered pocket rocket was so fun. I don't remember the last time I smiled so wide while piloting an airplane. It was likely on my first solo when I was a teenager. Of course, we practice plenty of instrument approaches, but the airwork is definitely more fun. Stalls, steep turns, unusual attitudes, emergency descents, and engine failures in the jet flying around Dallas was a blast. Of course, we don't actually shut down engines in training, but we do practice engine outwork with one engine pulled back to idle, and we do this on takeoff, en route, approach, and go around. It may sound scary, but the reality is seeing single engine operations in real life is great preparation for the real thing should it ever happen.
Once I finally got that landing picture in my head, it's easy for me to kind of just like go into the west wind mode and go out of the 757 or whatever else. Yeah. It's kind of what I do. I kind of just compartmentalize. Once I'm in a cockpit, my brain just kind of changes to that aircraft and kind of that sight picture and everything else. There we go. I'm gonna touch that.
Crash, good one.
Good. It's like those are our tires.
Check ride day. We arrived at the airplane around 9 a.m. and got our sign-offs and a final briefing from our instructor before heading up to North Dallas to meet up with the DPE.
Goes through walk around, so they want to make sure that you got O2. They want to make sure you got your fuels and oils checked, your battery power, all the stuff that can kind of grab you before you can go to the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
As you can imagine, the check ride was all business and I wasn't about to roll cameras during it. But to summarize the experience, it was exactly as we trained. We did a systems oral together with the examiner for about 2 hours before flying, and then Bob and I took turns in the hot seat performing the standard maneuvers, emergency procedures, and a variety of precision and non-precision approaches. The process took most of the afternoon, but we managed to both successfully add our 12th type rating before sundown. With new temporary certificates in hand, we returned to Lancaster and I opted to rest in the comfy seats as Bob and Jason operated the final leg.
We've finished our tights now, and it's about 5 p.m. and we're heading back to Lancaster Airport where the airplane is currently parked. So Bob's up there flying with Jason, and I'm just chilling in the back, and just happy to have it all behind us now. We're official. That's number 12.
What? Gonna go fly our plane.
Got kind of crummy weather. Crummy weather here today. We're gonna fly to Roswell and pick up an A320.
Yeah, I guess Mother Nature's gonna put us to the test today.
Yeah.
Had to go grab another mask. Our mask had a leak, so we're borrowing one.
The big day had arrived. Bob and I were kicked out of the nest, ready to put our new skills to work on Nomadic One's first duty assignment, getting the two of us to an Airbus A320 ferry to the south of France from, obviously, Roswell, New Mexico. Cost of fuel in Lancaster was $1.50 per gallon pricier than at Redbird, and being the misers that we are, we did a quick literal hop 12 miles across town before the fill-up.
All right, we're at Redbird Airport now in Dallas, and we're taking fuel where it's a little cheaper, and then we're gonna head over to Roswell, which is actually only about an hour and 20 minutes away. And we're gonna get our first taste of doing this ourselves.
Set 20 for takeoff.
Yep, 50% to the nut.
And over the ice. Seatbelt, no smoke. Air, taxi, brakes, nose wheel steering checked. Flight instruments. Same headings.
The weirdest part about flying the Westwind is how low you sit to the ground. We're used to taxiing seated 20 feet above the pavement most of the time. In this thing, it feels like you're on the ground. On 757s and all the wide bodies, we're 50 to what feels like 100 feet above the pavement when the wheels touch down. In the flare on the Westwind, the thing is so low I swear I feel like I'm gonna go underneath the runway like I'm in a poorly rendered PC flight simulator from the 1990s.
There we go. Yep. All right.
One of the things I really like about the plane, the tiller. Taxiing with your feet is something that you grow out of early in your career as a pilot. The tiller on the Westwind is a simple round dial that fits nicely in your left hand. It's got a high and low sensitivity setting, and neither take much pressure to get a response from the double nose wheel below.
Set. Speed's alive. 80. Rotate. That's great.
I'll tell you what, the thing may look like a toaster or a minivan, but it sure doesn't fly like one. It's fast. It's no Citation 10, but it's no Citation 550 either. You'll blow through 250 knots on a quick level off if you don't chop the power, and she'll do 7.7 or 7.8 if you want her to and cruise in the high 30s. I'm not sure if it would ever reach its service ceiling of 45,000 feet, but she certainly has no issue getting up to 36 full of gas with a payload.
What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, it's a cool airplane. It's fun to fly. It's nice and smooth. It's not burning an excessive amount of fuel. It's actually fairly efficient for an old airplane.
For quick down and dirty fuel planning, the Westwind burns on the average 1,400 pounds, roughly 200 gallons of fuel per hour. Without factoring winds, that's a tad more than 2 nautical miles per gallon. It's definitely not cheaper or cleaner than driving by a good margin, but it's 7 times faster and it can cross water. Roswell is actually one of the few places that we frequent where it actually makes sense to use the jet. There's only one commercial flight per day in and out, seasonally too, and you can only get there from Dallas and on a regional jet. Flights are outrageously expensive, often $1,000, and an extra day on the front or back end of a trip there waiting for that flight costs us the same as the extra cost of using the jet. We had a 757 flying into Roswell a week after this trip, so we decided that leaving the jet sit there for a week was well worth the convenience of being able to avoid the overnight on that next trip. And frankly, we were looking for an excuse to play with our new toy and make a cool video, so the decision was made to fly the Westwind. We got prior permission from the FBO, AvFlight, to park the plane there for an extended period of time, and they advised that the cost would be minimal if we bought at least 200 gallons of fuel from them. It was clear as to why. Smaller, busier airports can charge hundreds, even thousands per day for a parking spot on the ramp, but Roswell has no shortage of space, and we were the only bizjet on the ramp, at least that day. We covered the engines, probes, and inlets and chalked in before catching a ride to the other side of the airport where the France-bound A320 was waiting for us.
Just go and grab a drink quickly.
Well, here we are, man.
Yep. We're in the fishbowl. Yep.
You're not a pilot.
Yes.
No, we're both pilots.
Oh, you are a
Yeah.
pilot? Okay.
Yeah, we are the pilots that we're flying.
Okay. Do you have your badge by chance?
Yeah, I've got an ID here. ID will get you anywhere.
Here we are now at the A320 here at Roswell. Scheduled out in about 45 minutes. We're running slightly behind. There's a couple of faults they're trying to clear. But we'll be heading to Bangor here hopefully soon. It's about 4 hours over to Bangor, about 4 hours up to Cap, and about 3 hours to Montpellier, France, which is where this one will end. Kind of came up quick last minute. Bob and I weren't planning to do it, but we're in Dallas and it made sense, so here we are.
This A320 was a midlife specimen that came out of service with a now-defunct Colombian low-cost carrier Ultra Air, which ceased in March of 2023. This was the first plane in a two-ship project which our client, the lessor that owns the airplane, retained us to move to a maintenance facility in Montpellier, France. There it was to undergo a heavy check before being leased out to a new operator, presumably on that side of the Atlantic. The M registration painted on the side is from the Isle of Man, a temporary transient registry much like Guernsey or Cayman registrations used as a flag of convenience for transitional operations between lessees. We stepped out of the old and directly into the new. Talk about a contrast. Getting in the Airbus after roughing it over the past week with steam gauges was quite the change. A welcome change. I hadn't really thought about what it would feel like to hop right into an airliner because the A320 is so familiar, but the reduced workload in preparing the bus for flight was shockingly obvious. On several occasions, Bob and I looked at each other and said, I feel like I'm forgetting something. We weren't, of course. There just isn't that much to do.
329 Roswell Tower, wind 1707, runway 21, clear for takeoff. Turn left heading 010 to join J26. Clear for takeoff. Go left turn heading 010 to join the airway, Nomadic 329.
Here we go. Roger.
Second power set. Cross.
After a short taxi, we were rolling down the runway at an appropriate height above the pavement and airborne for the first leg of a relatively short and easy trip across the Atlantic.
V1, rotate. V2.
In this business, anything less than 14 hours of flying in a day is cakewalk, and we lamented about how it's been a while since we've flown a transatlantic together.
everyone around here agrees working with Fiverr freelancers is terrific. And who came up with the idea for using Fiverr? It's Liam. And who hired Liam? It was me. Just to be clear.
Hire a top-rated freelancer on Fiverr.
What's for dinner, Bob?
L pizza. Nomadic 329, contact cancel, 11.47. 11.47, Nomadic 329. Cordeo 3294, contact cancel.
It looks like Sour Patch Kids and Cheetos to me.
That's what it was. We already had that. What's the appetizer?
No, I forgot the frequency.
3347.
Yeah. So we had to go into selected here and haul ass at 8-1 because we have to make it before 9 p.m., which is 0200Z, which is exactly when we're landing. And that's when customs closes. So it's hard to say whether we're going to make it or be forced to overnight, but we're going as fast as we can.
Forty, 30, 20, retard, 5.
All right, we got it shut down. We're 5 minutes late, but we're opening that door, and we're gonna hope they're ready for us. They're not going to be happy.
It was 9 minutes past the hour when we opened the door, and we were immediately told that customs had closed and gone home. Confusion ensued for another 45 minutes, and we advised our operations that we'd missed the window and started packing it in for the overnight. Just before securing the main door, however, a customs agent pulled up to the aircraft, scolded us about being late, and proceeded to stamp our gen deck. To this day, I don't know what changed or why we were told otherwise, but we ended up getting out of there after what turned into a 2-hour turn.
I can't believe that got processed. Here we are an hour and a half later, and they ended up staying open for us after all that freaking out.
Freaking out. And then after we sat on the ground here for 45 minutes, somebody said, hey, they're waiting for you.
329 Vanguard clearance clear to the Capitol Deck Airport via the Bangor 5 departure rate of vectors nils as filed. Maintain 10,000, squawk 3502.
At around 11 p.m. local, we picked up our clearance, started up, taxied out, and set out across the North Atlantic on a 4.5-hour leg to Keflavik. The entire leg would be flown under darkness, and despite an early morning arrival in Iceland, we wouldn't see the sun until sometime on the next leg down to Montpellier. It was mid-November, and this time of year in these latitudes, there's only dim sunlight for a couple of hours during the mid-afternoon. These extended stretches of night flying surely make for a challenging flight, and to combat tiredness, we keep each other on our toes by chatting, laughing, and taking turns wandering around the aircraft to keep the blood flowing. Not much scenery to take in on a night leg across the North Atlantic. As is normally the case these days with narrow-body ferry flights, we had to descend down to a lower cruising altitude since we lacked a satellite data link system. This is of course pre-planned, and the additional fuel burn is accounted for in advance during the planning stage. Before too long, we were descending into rainy, misty conditions in Kef and briefed up the ILS approach. By Iceland standards, the weather conditions were really pretty good. This time of year it can get very ugly in Kef with low ceilings, high wind, and ice to contend with.
Turn Kef. It's 8:15 in the morning. Yeah. I know.
We went inside the ironically named South Air FBO to get some coffee, pay the handling bill, and of course sign the book, something we only do when filming for Cockpit Casual.
Well, what are you gonna write, man?
Probably nothing.
I'll write something.
As usual, despite trying my best to write something prolific, I jotted down some generic uninspiring words before heading back outside to the plane. Once in the cockpit, I overheard the C-17 crew parked next to us requesting a power back and quickly grabbed a camera and ran to the door. Is when an aircraft pushes back in reverse using its own reverse thrust. Something we did long ago with the DC-9 and MD-80 and that you really no longer see anywhere outside of the military. The C-17 is a rugged machine built for the wild, so naturally it has this capability, and its crews are well trained to carry it out. You can see the rear cargo door open in this video, which is done so the loadmaster, on a headset, provides the all clear for the pilots up front who obviously can't see behind them. I know I said this was a short ferry flight, and I stand by that for the most part, but by the time we rolled down the runway in Kef, we had technically been moving for 17 hours, including the ride to Roswell, so we were very much looking forward to seeing the sun to get that second wind we needed to get to the finish line.
Nice and calm in Pristina.
The sun rose as we crossed the North Sea southbound, heading towards the coast of Scotland, and boy, was it a beautiful sight.
I've always known that the Airbus is easy, but after spending the last week flying the Westwind, I mean, I forgot like how easy this really is. I mean, it's a joke. You don't trim it. I mean, there's like really no flying skills involved. You follow the flight director. You don't touch the throttles after you set power until you pull them back for landing. I'm confident that I could take anyone, and probably make them into a pretty proficient Airbus pilot in about a week.
We took the handoff from Marseille and broke through the clouds to find a gorgeous clear day on France's southern coast. Bob maneuvered for a visual approach into Montpellier, our final stop in delivering this airplane into a heavy maintenance visit.
With the brakes coming out. 2 landings.
We got 2 landings apiece. Well, that's that, man.
We did it. We're done. Now we got to figure out how to get to Paris.
We closed up the airplane and handed off the logbook, then hitched a ride with the tech rep to the main terminal where we had about 3 hours before our flight to Paris.
Hey, Pop. Risotto.
We're at a very fancy, very well-known French restaurant here in Paris. It's called the Courtyard by Marriott. So we're eating something finally. We got to Paris. We're tired. We've been awake for like 35 maybe plus hours. What do you think? How long?
God, I don't.
So we woke up.
What time is it back home?
It's like in Roswell right now. It's like 2 p.m. So
I got up at like 6.
So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We've been awake for 32 hours. What's your plan to get home?
I'm gonna go get on United, go to Chicago on a 787, so should be a good ride.
I'm gonna go to Newark and then have to actually set up my car service to get home. So my flight's at 9:15 a.m. like 10, 11, 12 hours from now, maybe 11 hours from now. Get the hell out of here. Ready to be done.
This was a fun week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a blast doing that training on the West Wind, getting all that done, getting our tights. It was fun doing the training. It was great getting the tight finally after we've had it for a year.
I know, seriously, man. Bob and I finished our beers and reflected on all the varied flying we'd done in the last week for another 20 minutes. After dinner, we retired to our rooms and finally climbed into real beds, and I was out cold within seconds. Ordinarily, this is where I'd wrap up the video with some footage of walking through the airport, maybe some shots from the business class cabin on my ride home, roll the credits and say goodbye. But on this trip, there was still one more, I guess, adventure to come. The alarm was incredibly loud, and I shot up out of bed with my heart racing and absolutely no idea whatsoever where I was or what was happening. After a couple seconds, I figured it out. For real? I looked at the clock and it was 1 a.m. I'd only been asleep for a couple of hours. I cracked the door and saw scores of guests in their pajamas heading for the stairs. Damn it! I tried calling Bob from my room before I left, but no answer. Maybe he left his phone in the room. When I finally got outside, I called him again, repeatedly. No answer. We got word that it was a false alarm, and then we all filed back to our rooms.
Just what you need when you're knackered.
Okay, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I was sound asleep, and the hotel fire alarm went off. And wouldn't go off, and like was going off. I gave it at least a minute while I got 2 minutes while I got dressed and packed my backpack with everything that was truly important that I had with me. Left all this stuff. Oh my God, that was crazy. So I went all the way down 8 flights of stairs and met about probably 100 other people who just did the same thing. I think I was the only one with a bag. I did fall back asleep and got a few more hours of rest before heading back to the airport before the sun rose again. I did finally reach Bob at 8 a.m. from the lounge, and he had zero knowledge of the fire alarm and evacuation. Unreal. He slept through it. It's a damn good thing it was a false alarm. My ride home was uneventful, and once I got there, the entire experience felt like a blur. Between the West Wind ops and the Airbus ferry, I was away from home for about 10 days total on this one, which by our standards is a pretty long deployment. We didn't cover an insane amount of ground on this trip, and the ferry portion was as routine as it gets, but the contrast of flying our vintage bizjet with the A320 ops was incredibly memorable, and because of that, the trip was one I'll never forget. As it happened, the 757 trip into Roswell delayed a week later, and Bob and I ended up on separate trips in different parts of the world. The West Wind ended up spending 2 full weeks on the ramp in Roswell before I was able to fly back out with a friend of mine and pick it up. When I got back there, I wasn't sure if the battery would be dead or if the sitting meant the airplane would have problems, but I was thrilled when she fired right back up and gave us an uneventful flight back to our hangar in Wilmington, Delaware. Both Bob and I are really looking forward to operating the West Wind for years to come. People have asked if we're going to do any avionics upgrades, and the answer is, I don't think so. We both like the steam gauges, and everything works just fine. I'm confident that staying current on the West Wind is only going to improve and maintain our flying skills as the global fleet of airliners becomes simpler and simpler. We will be painting it though, and I can't wait to show off what it will look like.
Love these, they're so good. Ugh. Legends. Right, I need to get destination data in. Get everything updated and get that plugged in. EW and give us something to listen to.
Okay, copy 1737.
Diner Mike November, thanks very much. You did well. Thank you. 1-1.8.
Dolphins up to the quad 118 point.
Lumax 562, wind 170 degrees, 10 knots, runway 10 right, cliff takeoff.
Cliff takeoff 10 right.
Echo 256, contact W information, 118.5.
1 right now, 256, thank you. Dolphins up at the Fenix going across runway 34, then via Hotelbot, everything to be for that 314.
18, we'll continue with approach 121.1, goodbye.
QNH at Pristina.
Take a 256, roger, maintain VFR not above 2,000 feet and QNH.
On 006 and temperature of 9.
Wind 180 degrees, 12 knots, runway 10 right, clear land. It's when 10 right,
250 Barrow.
You can expect a turn before us.
Okay, 10-5, 70, okay.
Radio.
And 997, and it's
full.
Shortcut, run 70 around.
This is up to 28 right, auto selected, thanks, main 7.
Maintenance 2, sorry, say that again?
28 right selected, main.
Oh yeah, just a second.
Shamrock 56 Victor, is the 160 knots?
160 knots, Shamrock 56 Victor.
Shamrock 40 Whiskey, turn right, heading 340.
Right, heading 340, Shamrock 40 Whiskey. Max 562, Dublin, good evening, identified, climb level 120 unrestricted. Unrestricted to 120, Blue Max 562.
Operation 3 reporting to 2.
Operation 3, thank you. Blue Max 562, clear direct Rulev. Rulev, Blue Max 562. Sorry, my bad, direct to Backhawks. Backhawks it is.
1-2.
Just for your
operating in the Skerries area. We're right on the boundary with the control zone.
That's copy, thanks. Just to let me know if you have to go further south than that.
We'll go 56, thanks.
Ground Shamrock Victor November.
On a 118.6, good night.
Tower 118.6, Shamrock 56 Victor, good night. 562, contact Dublin on 129.180, goodbye. 29180, Blue Max 562, good night.
Comes for approximately 25 minutes and then returning to 408 Lima. I've been clear with the
Shamrock Victor, November. Roger, you can push back to Bravo 1 and report ready for tow.
Would you prove the Bravo 1 conference on Shamrock Victor November?
Good evening, my name is 34 Tango Quebec, information Alpha, QNH 997, Pascal, request clearance London Luton, please.
I'm sorry, what was the call time there?
Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec to Luton.
Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec. Roger, you'll be runway 28 left for departure, Endec 1 Alpha, and stop climb flight 190, go up 5164, airborne frequency 132, decimal 580.
28 left departure, Endec 1 Alpha, flight level 90, squawking 5164, airborne 132, 580, Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec.
Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec. Thank you, feedback correct. Information, Bravo is current.
Bravo. 63 Juliet Uniform, good evening.
Air France 63 Juliet Uniform, good evening. Cross runway 34, taxi Hotel 1, and then a right on Foxtrot. Link 2, stand 317.
Cross runway 34, and Hotel 1, Foxtrot, link 2, stand 317 in France, 63 Juliet Uniform.
Shamrock Victor November, push back and ready for onward.
Shamrock Victor November, push, question, tow, via Bravo 1, Foxtrot 1, hold short link 2.
Bravo 1, Fox 1, hold short link 2, Shamrock Victor November.
Maintenance 2.
Late right, same request. Okay, too late right, just looking to enter 16340, vacate
Maintenance 2, roger, proceed 16, vacate Bravo 2, hold short 10 right.
So the Lambda 16, vacate Bravo 2, hold short 10 right, maintenance 2.
Departure. Sound departure, I know, focal up front. Dublin J, Great Ryanair 4 Lima Tango, descending now, flight level 130, Carab to hold. Ryanair 4 Lima Tango, Dublin, good evening, descent flight level 100, expecting less than 10 minutes. 100, and understood for Ryanair 4 Lima Tango.
Shamrock Victor November, hold short link 2 on Bravo 1.
Victor November, roger, hold short link 2.
Start the horseshoe and then the descent into Pristina.
56 Victor, vacate Sierra 2, turn right on Sierra and hold short runway 34.
Vacate Sierra 2, right Sierra, hold short runway 34, Shamrock 56 Victor.
Shamrock 56 Victor, contact ground 121, decimal 8.
Ground now 121, decimal 8, Shamrock 56 Victor. Good night.
Oh, crikey.
Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec, stand 122, QNH 997, Pascal, push and stop.
Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec, push.
Traffic behind us.
Approved, release point 6, QNH 997, active so.
Push that approved, release point 6, QNH 997, Pascal, Ryanair 34 Tango Quebec. Good evening, Shamrock 56 Victor, turning right onto the Sierra, hold short 34.
Shamrock 56 Victor, roger, hold short 34 for now.
Hold short runway 34, Shamrock 56 Victor. Ground maintenance 12.
Shamrock Victor November, continue Foxtrot, rolling 4.
See if all the boxes on hold short link 4, Shamrock Victor November.
150, report floating. 75 Bravo Romeo, Dublin, good evening, and descend flat level 120. 150 against runway 5 at all, runway. Hold at floor and expect back onto leg and get it lower.
That is behind us. Alpha Echo 201 is on the way to Elgav, Athens. 38,000 feet.
29180, right now, for Quebec.
Right, a 594 Echo cancel the SID now, continue left to Sydney to rejoin the arrival.
Running for 594 Echo.
Firm, continue left turn now to Sydney, rejoin the 3 Lima arrival.
Left turn direct to Sydney for 3 Lima, Ryanair 594 Echo.
And 594 Echo, confirm passing flight level 100 this time.
Confirm passing 93, Ryanair 594 Echo.
Thank you, break jumps on 85 Bravo Romeo, descend flight level 110.
Confirm level 110, so I fire over.
Ryanair X-ray Mike, roger. Tier 2, straight whiskey 1, hold short on with 34.
Tier 2, whiskey 1, hold short of 34, Sherman 40.
Sherman 40 whiskey, contact ground 121, decimal 8.
121, decimal 8, Sherman 40 whiskey.
The Fox Air is hold short, Sherman Victor number 4.
Hello, Sherman 40 whiskey on whiskey 1.
Sherman 40 whiskey, cross runway 34, hotel 1, short link 4.
We've got to be above 11,000 feet at Zazan.
Short link 4, Sherman 40 whiskey.
Ryanair 7 Lima Romeo, establish 10 right.
7 Lima Romeo, contact tower on 1 decimal 6, good night.
Tower 186, Ryanair 7 Lima, good night.
The 3 Lima arrival, thanks.
For 3 Lima, firm Ryanair 40.
Right, 594 Echo, confirm 900 vacated now.
Confirm passing A2, Ryanair 594 Echo.
Thanks, report the routing to approach on 121.1, goodbye.
On Ryanair 594 Echo, bye.
Ryanair 4 Lima Tango, contact approach 121.1, goodbye.
21.1, Ryanair 4 Lima Tango, bye.
Jameson 85 Bravo Romeo, turn, descend now, flight level 100.
Then flight level 100, from the fire order. Double low, Ryanair 1 Romeo Delta, descending level 1302, twisting north, starting to hold.
Ryanair 1 Romeo Delta, good evening, descend flight level 120, about 5 minute delay.
Level 120, Ryanair 1 Romeo Delta. Flight level 80 inbound, Kogax to rejoin.
Ryanair 4 Lima Tango, good day, continue, you can expect to turn around Philcox.
Understood, Ryanair 4 Lima Tango.
Ryanair 594 Echo, descend 3,000 feet, QNH 997.
Send altitude 3,000 feet, 997, Ryanair 594 Echo.
Ground up to 330 on 618 with 6 call total like 330
Operation 3, whiskey 2, cross 34, Mike 1, and link 4 for the apron.
So whiskey 2, 34 Mike 1, link 4 for the apron, operation 3 and 6 call.
Jameson 85 Bravo Romeo, confirm out of flight level 100 now. Thank you, break. Ryanair 1 Romeo Delta.
Top descent just coming up now.
110, Ryanair 1 Romeo Delta.
There we go.
Protect right 2, hold short link 4, Ryanair, right ring 4, thank you.
Jameson 85 Bravo Romeo, descend flight level 70, turn left to Sydney, rejoin the 3 Lima arrival.
Descend flight level 70, starting left to Lima arrival, det är från 853 Bravo.
85 Bravo, confirm it to Sydney to rejoin, they can descend out of 5,000 feet on QNH 997.
Right lap now, Ryanair 4 Lima Tango. Flight level 50, QNH 997, from 85 Bravo.
5,000 feet on QNH.
QNH 995. 997 from 85 Bravo.
That's all correct. And 90 vacated now for Gemstone 85 Bravo Romeo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Gemstone 85 Bravo Romeo. Contact approach on 121.41. Goodbye.
Approach 121.1, from 85 Bravo Romeo.
Runway 1 Romeo Delta, descend flight level 100.
Level 100, Ryan, 1 Romeo.
3. Big 4, Foxtrot 3, Ryan, there, 3 4, thank you.
Hold short of 16, Ryan, at 7 Lima, right?
Right heading off to right at 7.
Thank you, Jerry. Find the accelerator next time, Jerry.
Right, 1 Romeo Delta, descend flight level 900.
Level 1 Romeo. Hello, aircraft 4, Extra Victor. We are holding it for in flight level 130, Commission Bravo.
QNH 1006, get that ready.
There, and descend flight level 110.
Level 110 on aircraft 4, Extra Victor.
Continue via Foxtrot, Echo 1, hold short runway 28 left, and 34.
See you, Foxtrot, come on, hold short, 28 left and 34, right, 34, thank you.
Right, X594 Echo, clear to establish localizer 28 left. Clear localizer 28 left, runner 594 Echo.
It's going to be nice. It's going to look good.
Right, 1 Romeo Delta, turn left to Sydney, rejoin the 3 Lima arrival and report the pass level.
Left to Steve Master, rejoin, passing on level 9 and 2 on 1 Romeo Delta.
Monitor tower 118, station 16, bye bye. 16, line 8, reporting next way.
Right, 7 Lima Romeo, left on Foxtrot outer, right to Sierra, and 110 Lima.
Foxtrot does there, so 110 Lima, right,
7 Lima, right?
594 Echo number 1, contact Tower and runway decimal 6, gonna. Alright, try and 594 Echo, wait. Slow on 1 Romeo Delta, good ping to level 9. Right, 1 Romeo Delta, good day, turn left heading 010, vectors for 28 left. Heading 010, up vectors for left, turn at 1 Right, 1 Romeo Delta, descend altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 997.
Temperature minus 26, so we're going to need anti-ice. It didn't mention his high cloud, but it's got to be correct, isn't it? All we've got is broken at 8,500.
Stuttgart now to rejoin the 3 Lima arrival.
Stuttgart to rejoin the 3 Lima arrival, runner 4, Victor.
Flight Director Victor, report you wishing to approach on 121, goodbye.
111, runner 4, Victor. 785 Bravo, runner. Pressure load on aircraft 4, Victor. Descend flight level 100, direct to Stuttgart, information Bravo. 543 Victor, good day, continue, descend flight level 90. Descend flight level 90 on aircraft 4, Victor. 20, Ryanair 15, Romeo.
Ryanair 15, Romeo, just disregard the hold now and turn right to Stuttgart to rejoin the arrival, the 3 Lima arrival.
Disregard the hold and third right to Stuttgart, Ryanair 15, Romeo. Ryanair 54, Victor, descend flight level 70. Descend flight level 70 on aircraft 4, Victor.
121.1, goodbye.
111, bye-bye, Ryanair 15, Romeo. Right, left, info 95 on 1. Control, good evening, Ryanair 15, Romeo Julie, descending to level 120 and turning right inbound to Stuttgart. Right, 15 Romeo Julie, good day, descend flight level 100. Yeah, level 100, Ryanair 15, Romeo Julie.
Ryanair 594 Echo, wind 170 degrees, 14 knots, from which we left to land.
Clear down to left, runway 594 Echo.
Juliet Charlie, descend flight level 70.
And flight level 70, 38 Juliet Charlie. Contact Tower, rolling decimal 6, right. Decimal 6, trying to report Tango, good night. On 34 Tango, Quebec, and 1 Alpha, Boston 2890. Juliet Charlie, thanks a lot, bye.
Right, 34 Tango, Quebec calling.
850 Tango, Quebec, 5 Bravo 90, Boston 3000. 1 Alpha.
Definitely a fruity approach, looking at the mountains on the right.
220 unrestricted run, 34 Tango, Quebec.
Right, 34 Tango, Quebec, turn right through left.
Right through left, thank you, run 34 Tango, Quebec. 2 Texas 3 Lima. Right, 1 Romeo Delta, turn left to Latmo, clear to Alice 2 left. Left to Latmo, turn left to Shower 38 Juliet Charlie, good day, continue, you can expect a turn around Sarn. Continue, Shamrock 38 Juliet Charlie, thanks. Right, 15 Romeo Juliet, descend flight level 90. Left level 90, right, 15 Romeo. Runner 4 Lima Tango, wind 180 degrees 14 knots, runway 28 left, clear land. Clear land 28 left, runner 4 Lima Tango. Taxi, Whiskey 1, cross street 4, Hotel 1.
Oh, that is great.
Sierra Whiskey 1, cross street 4, Hotel 1, hold shortly. 4, runner 594 Echo.
X-ray Mike.
Right, X-ray Mike, gas on Mike. Jefferson 85 Bravo Romeo, number 2, contact tower on Wolverine, decimal 6, connect. Number 2, Bravo Romeo, Brandon 1 Romeo Delta, reduce to 180 knots. 180, 1 Romeo. Brandon 15 Romeo Juliet, descend flight level 70. Number 2, continue approach, wind 180 degrees 15 knots. Number 2, 256 inside, traffic information, you can expect to cross behind the traffic, which is about 2 miles from touchdown. Roger, clear to cross behind, number 1, Echo 256. Yes, stand by to cross.
Already. Sorry to hold me there that day. See them a call in. Sorry about that.
Okay, right, next one, Mike. Toe, understand, and you can put stand before not stand.
You already stand 141 Lima and report on stand. Right, Mike, X-ray Mike.
Roger, and that's 140 Lima. Yes, now we've been just told.
140 Lima. Thank you.
Right, 594 Echo taxi, 4 stand 203 Romeo. 4 203 Romeo, thank you, Ryder 594 Echo. Kilo descending 180, bad 0 knots. Fine. Cross midpoint 28 left, 256. 44 runway 28 left.
This is pretty amazing. Looks so nice.
Wait, 28 left, expect lap 1.
Goodbye. Do it. Really, it's runway 2 left, 915 Romeo. 23,000 feet, 997, 738, Juliet Charlie. Right, 542, Victor, reduced to 180. There's 180, not trying to have a 4 expect. 4 right air, 4 Lima Tango. Captain, good evening, runner 691, nice Bravo, descending Pub 180, look back, so speak 60.
Runner 6 Bravo Golf, good evening. Continue to bank us for the moment, but expect a left turn to Lapmo shortly for an ILS to 28 left.
Tango, that's runner.
Runner 2 kilo, maintain 290 knots or better, please. Descend flight level 80.
0, 20, greater than that, kilo. Running 33 Mike Delta, good evening, passing 2360, descending flight level 160, information Bob, your name, John and Adam 7, good night,
Runner 33 Mike Delta, good evening. Cleared 9 map 3 Lima, arrival, expect runway 28 left on approach.
1006.
Runner 6 Bravo Golf, increase 290 knots.
290 knots, runner 6 Bravo Golf.
Runner 2 kilo, turn left to Lapmo.
Left to Lapmo, 2 kilo.
Runner 34 Tango Quebec, contact Scottish in 128.055, bye-bye.
128.055, thanks, 34 Tango Quebec. Okay, fine, next Mike, copy, thank you.
You see, like the plateau that Pristina's in, surrounded by a load of mountains.
Locate 04, right to Sierra, contact ground 121 decimal 8.
Sherman 38, Juliet Charlie, turn left to Lapmo, cleared ILS, do it. Turn Lapmo, cleared ILS, 28 left, Lapmo, 38, Juliet Charlie.
Lights on.
Ghana 1 Robert Delta, wind 180 degrees, 14 knots, runway 28 left, clear land.
Just left, one left, what am I? Jump on 85 Bravo Romeo, low taxi, whiskey 2, hold short 34. Taxi, whiskey 2, hold short 34, jump on 85 Bravo Romeo. Charlie reduced to 200 knots, right? 200 are less, somewhere 38 to the Charlie. Papa 355, descending 200, 240 below by bonnet with Bravo.
23 Echo Papa, good evening. Clear direct to Arvok, expect runway 28 left, ILS approach.
Park Rival for 28 left, ILS, runway 23 Echo Papa.
23 Echo Papa, descend flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, runway 23 Echo Papa.
33 Mike Delta, descend flight level 100.
Level 100, runway 33 Mike Delta.
Ghana 1 Romeo Delta, Sierra 5, right to Sierra, contact ground 121 decimal 8.
5 left, Sierra, ground 118.
Can't see anyone else in the pattern, so we're safe. Airfield on the left. There it is. There's the airfield. It's going to be a nice approach.
Mike Delta, reduced to 280 knots.
280 knots, runway 33 Mike Delta.
Runner 23 Echo Papa, you have a minimum of 80 track miles to touchdown. Advise if you need much more than that.
Should be fine.
Hello, Ghana 15 Romeo Juliet, continue approach, wind 180 degrees, 15 knots.
We can approach China 15 knots.
2121, good night.
111, Ryder 6 Bravo Golf, good night. Good evening, Ryder 6 Bravo Golf, heading 230, descending Bravo 8. Ryder 6 Bravo Golf, good day, descend 3,000 feet, QNH 997. 3,000 feet, 997. Foxtrot Delta Sierra, stand 108 Romeo. Nice. Delta Foxtrot Delta Sierra 108 Romeo. water in.
80 degrees, 15 knots, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Minor 54 X-ray Victor, ground below, taxi whiskey 1, cross
Just slowing down a little bit, get the anchors out.
Yeah, so it's whiskey 1, cross 4, hotel 1, and 124 for flying at apron 2, runner 54 X-ray. Apron, nice. Thanks, guys.
Ryanair 33, Mike Delta, good day, continue present heading vectors for 28 left.
Present heading vectors for 28 left, Ryanair 33, Mike Delta.
Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie, contact tower on Warlink, decimal 6, connect.
186, Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie, bye. Target ID, Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie with you at 5.5.
Hello, Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie, continue approach, wind 180 degrees, 16 knots.
20, Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie. 7, Ryanair 33, Mike Delta.
Runner 15 Romeo Juliet, Brigade clear 5, contact ground 121 decimal 8.
05, what's on is on there, 15 Romeo Juliet, bye-bye.
Bye.
Mike level 70.
770, Ryanair 23, Echo Papa.
Juliet Charlie, wind 180 degrees, 15 knots, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 28 left, Shamrock 38, Julia Charlie.
7 Tango, cleared across runway 34. Whiskey 1, Hotel, stand 207 Tango, and cleared across runway 34 on there. 15 perfect.
Gear down, full flaps. Glide slope, localizer.
Localizer approach.
Standby. Around 2 kilo, cleared, localizer, let's do it. Ryanair 2 Bravo Golf for GC to 220.
20 knots. The recorded inspection, if you move on. There is still 5. Start with the rest of the airfield, hold short of runway 28 left. You cleared onto 1634, give way to any taxiing aircraft.
16, risk to the airfield, give way to all aircraft, risk, hold short of trade left.
Alright, hold tight, anything could happen.
Runner 48 Papa Alpha, good evening. You're identified. You're cleared direct to Kogax. Expect straight in runway 28 left ILS approach. Straight in Kogax, expect straight in 28 left approach. Thank you, Ryanair 4 Papa Alpha.
5 degrees, vector to Ryanair 23, Echo Papa.
Shamrock 38 Julia Charlie, vacate 5, right onto Sierra.
Pristina traffic, easy 19 Papa Foxtrot, landing 17.
Ryanair 33, Mike Delta, reduce speed to 220 knots.
Reduce speed 220 knots, Ryanair 33, Mike Delta.
Operations 5, roger. That's all yours now as far as I'm concerned. That's approved.
Continue. Bit high.
100 above. Minimum.
Grand, good evening, the Shamrock 38 Julia Charlie with you on clear.
Shamrock 38 Julia Charlie, ground evening taxi on Whiskey 1, Hotel 1, 400 Lima, cleared across runway 34.
100.
Whiskey 1, cleared to cross 34, Hotel 1, 400 Lima, Shamrock 38 Julia Charlie, thanks.
20, 3 knots. 5,
Alright, 2 Kilo, thank you. Maintain at least 180 knots to max out, then 1.
Oh no!
Contact tower, 18.16, bye.
Floated it.
Alright, 6 Bravo Golf, speed now 180 knots. Major knots, sorry, stop. Alright, 3 2 Mike, Delta back to 210 knots now and clear out at 2 left. 2 knots, clear for understood.
Welcome to Pristina.
Foxtrot outer. So if you're on November, you'd be holding short of Fox outer.
Okay, that line of Echo 16, is it?
Get those brake fans on. Whew.
That's what it's, if you're on Fox outer holding short of November 4, sorry, correction, if you're on November holding short of Fox outer November 4, that will be the whole point.
Okay, thanks. News to me.
What, top flight? After a dodgy beginning. Get cleaned up.
Operations 5, that's approved onto 1634, hold short 28 left, and give way to any taxing aircraft. Papa.
Dee-dee-dee.
Alright, 2 Jack Papa, turn right by 10 degrees for the sequence.
Turn right 10 degrees, turn right to Jack Papa.
We're being chased by a fire truck. They've heard about my landings.
Apron or by the Foxes, as you wish.
Okay, take 8 and thanks for 400 back.
Thanks, nice.
Nice.
2 left 4, 4, 8 Papa Alpha.
4 8 Papa Alpha, thanks. Contact tower, 18.6, bye. 65 4 8 6 on 6 level golf, good night. Running 2 Jack Papa, speed 190 knots, descend at 3,000 feet.
190 knots and descend 3,000 feet, turn now to Jack Papa.
1 Alpha Tango, descend for level 2, Android by Artbook, iron speed, information Bravo, board, passing for level 235.
117 knots, Tango, ready contact. Continue to Arvok to join the Bonnet 3 Lima arrival from...
Not entirely sure where to go. We'll just dump it somewhere.
Thank you, continue Arvok to join the Bonnet 3 Lima to your left, around 1 Alpha Tango.
117 knots, Tango, thanks. Yeah, it's information Bravo. We can descend now to flight level 100 to maintain high speed.
Hello, 100, maintaining high speed, around 7 Alpha Tango.
4 8 Papa Alpha. You can increase the speed if you need to for profile, and you can maintain the speed below 100.
Okay, thanks for increased speed, that's fine, 5 Papa.
4 8 Papa Alpha, thanks. Contact double approach 121.1. Good night.
Approach 121.1, 4 Papa. Public, good evening, Gunner 80 Mike Tango, passing level 290, sending level 200, rebound to board and speed 245 knots.
80 Mike Tango, ready contact clear to Arvok. Arvok, but you can back more direct before you get there.
Clear to Arvok to join the Bonnet 3 arrival and 80 Mike Tango.
80 Mike Tango, thanks. Just not above 280 knots in the descent, thanks.
Roger, above 280 knots and 80 Mike Tango.
On, and we've had the engine been running about 3 minutes, I think.
Number 4 for 28 left. Okay, thanks.
933 Mike Delta 7 on straight left.
Alright, 3 Mike Delta, thanks. Speed now 165 knots, report that to tower, 18.6, bye.
We ask that you remain seated until
Alright, 4 Papa Alpha, continue forward, about to left and
Hopefully it should all do it. I bet I've not added it to the exclusion list for GSX, that's why it's not.
Runner 6 Bravo Golf, 180 degrees, 16, Mach 24, runway 28 left, you're clear to land. To left runner.
And I go off, off, off. Seatbelts off. Brilliant. Guys, thanks very much. Good to catch up with everyone. Brake fan. I'm not sure GSX will work. Let's have a look. Oh, it is?
We can take another 5 if that's alright.
It's supposed to do it when you turn the beacon light off, but it didn't do it. So I thought it was bugged. What was the landing rate? 279, not too bad. Not too bad. For me. Guys, well thanks very much, honestly. Welcome to Pristina. We'll figure out where we're going to go tomorrow. It's a nice little airport. Get the packs off, and we are done. Job's a good one. Let's get the flight plan filed.
Evening, the wind 180 degrees, 18, Mach 24 knots, runway 28 left, you're clear to land. Turn left, clear to land, and enter James Papa. Runner 32 miles down, the contact in the ground, 32118. Runner 32 miles down, below again, for now, whiskey 2, cross runway 34 miles, expect 108 km. Whiskey 2, cross 34, Mach 1, expect 108.
Some epic mountains around here. What a place. Right, gotta jump. Guys, have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. Take care.
Okay, so 34 Fox Alpha Charlie 107 Romeo, Ryan, 34 Golf, Delta Fox runway 34, and then via Fox Outer, taxiway Charlie 108. Thanks.
Before Fox Alpha Charlie, Fox Alpha 18 hour,
Tango descend at 3000 feet.
3000 feet per hour, so thank you.
Report your speed restrictions to approach 121.1, take care.
Approach, good evening, radio Mike Tango, defense level 70, inbound to Aqua, speed maximum 280.
And our Easter Mike Tango, Golden beginning identified, turn right about 5 degrees, second to way left, a little over 45 track miles per gallon.
Right by 5 degrees, second to left, good left,